The self-operating mathematical universe, SOMU, is a proposal in which the entire universe is considered as an undefined point, within which the whole universe grows purely in the domain of mathematics. Conceptually, the universe grows geometrically with prime numbers governing the dynamics. Together, prime number and geometry form world lines, which change and create unique dynamics, and that leads to the concept of time and space. Geometric constraints and shapes arise from the choices of primes to make integers. Initially, to keep the universe as an undefined point, normalization properties come into effect. Then, combining primes to differently to create an integral number of choices generates unique pattern as the number of integers grow. Each prime number plays a distinct role in governing the geometric constants within the point. Thus, normalization inside a point leads to clockwise and anticlockwise rotation of choices. Therefore, however, we cannot say that primes give birth to morphogenesis or the transformation of geometric shapes. Independent existence of prime and morphogenesis is incorrect, as it would be like saying that space creates time or time creates space. Morphogenesis and primes are born together, survive together, and evolve together. Similarly, counting integers or walking through the integral number of choices creates complex and dynamic motions. Different primes generate different types of symmetries, and primes are the most primitive, omnipresent singularity of the universal code. This generates loops of geometric shapes in the distribution of choices or distribution of primes for the choices, and the choices making the patterns. This universal endless pattern, as number of integers tends to infinity, is called the phase prime metric or Purusha. Clockwise and anticlockwise rotations of geometric shapes in a loop then start forming assemblies and superstructure of dynamics. But don't think that it is a self-assembly process, a step by step. No, everything should form at once. Let me explain. This endless nested structure of loops formed by choices is essentially what the time is. Time cannot form incrementally. All time structures of the universe must form simultaneously. Prime, therefore, prime number of choices synthesizes the concept of time. From primes and normalization of choices, two prime conditions arise. First, the use of normalization to keep a point where we are generating the universe as a point, and continuously counting integers to keep that very point undefined. This builds all forms of loops as time, and each loop incorporates a space. Since we cannot count primes without the geometric shapes, prime, topology, time, and space are not separate identities. They are quadrate and non-separable. Therefore, making a point undefined or the universe non-existent, we create a quadrate concept. We have only one choice: count integers. Increase the choices linearly and create the universe from nothing. As we count primes, clockwise and anticlockwise rotations are born from choices, and the geometric shapes cannot exist without clocks. Where there is a clock, it embeds a space. Therefore, nesting of clocks within and above the network of clocks are integral parts, which are integral parts of the phase prime metric or Purusha, gives birth to space. Thus, universe is a journey of primes seeking more and more primes perpetually. We can imagine the universe as a sphere of many holes. Each hole is a singularity, and each hole contains another set of universes, and this process continues indefinitely. Since there are 3 dimensions of space and 3 dimensions of time, there should be 6 fundamental forces of nature. Currently, we know only 4 fundamental forces, so more requires adding 2 more. We should have 6 universes within and above which coexist rather than being parallel universes. The question arises, do we have only 6 universes, each dominated by a fundamental force? The answer is no. At the junction of these 6 fundamental universes at the bottom layer, there could exist 5 fusion universes which evolved composite dominant force. creating a distinct conscious universe. In this way, at the bottom layer there could be 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Totally, SOMU could hold 21 universes. This, arranged in the shape of a triangle, is called SOMU triangle. The consciousness of prime numbers is at the top, with two distinct morphogenesis universes, one with closed loop that generates classical mechanics, and another with open loops that generates quantum mechanics like systems. Below the primal layer, the remaining 18 different conscious universes are found in the domains of spatiotemporal dynamics. Therefore, SOMU credits 18 types of consciousness found in this universe. At the bottom of this consciousness triangle, 6 pure basic universes exist, each dominated by one of the 6 fundamental forces. For example, gravity, electromagnetic, and nuclear forces are known, but at the 5th or 4th layer, carefully crafting gravity with magnetic vortices, water molecules could satisfy SOMU's fundamental criteria for consciousness. An example of such a conscious life form is the human.